Hello guys and welcome back to Haymanager today with me Alex, and today in Hammer Time it's the final day of the third season, the final day, and let's just get up to schedule very quickly. So, since last time, 5 games, 3 losses, 2 wins, disappointing results all round. Everton, who have played pretty well this season, beat us 2-0. Richarlison getting the first goal inside the first 2 minutes. This was at home as well for us. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin scoring a goal at the back post from a header. Then Blackburn, my favourites, Blackburn. I did save them with them last year. Their side's interesting. They were playing. Bradley Dack was in the attack and he was up front. He was playing as a striker, Bradley Dack. And to concede to a 30-year-old Bradley Dack was nothing short of pretty embarrassing, to be honest. Really embarrassing. They're 16th in the Premier League table. I'll show you that in a minute. But they probably needed that. We've probably done them a favour there. Brentford, we beat 1-0 away from home. Demir in the 89th minute picking up a goal. And then we beat... Then we lost to Chelsea in the 88th minute. This game. I mean, I went to a fight at the back because I knew we were struggling defensively, but it was such an even game all round. I know we do foul a lot as a side, and that's probably our downfall. We need to probably stop that so much. But the expected goals and the shots on target was all in our favour. We just conceded at the very last minute where the momentum just didn't swing in our favour. And then Stoke, we picked up the form. Almada scoring a penalty and MC Coco getting a goal. So now we've got Leicester, last day of the season. Pretty much, I'll show you the Premier League table now. It's a null and void situation for us. We've got we've got Europa League. City finishing outside the top 7 if they don't get a win today, at least. Tottenham sitting in 10th. Where can Tottenham go? Tottenham can go as far as 9th, but they can fall as far as 12th if Leicester manage to beat us. And then Blackburn just about avoiding a relegation battle with a very, very good last few performances. They've beat Chelsea, they've beat us, they lost to Villa, but they beat Wolves and they beat Norwich. So Chelsea could have been up for grabs at this point, but we were never catching Liverpool. Liverpool had a pretty good end to the season. I'm going to bring you the game, but only cut it down a fair bit because there's no point really me showing you a lot of it because there just isn't. I might have a bit of a chat about where the squad might go next season. I think we're pretty much set to play a pretty decent side out there. We're going to let the lads have a bit of a run out for the last game of the season. Let's see how we fare against Leicester. There we have it. I've told the boys to give the fans an appropriate send-off. It's embarrassing that we've had such a great season, and now it's just come down to the last. It came down to the last 5 games after losing to Bayern. Well, we beat Bayern, and then I didn't expect to win the game after that. The Everton game I could sort of let go, but then to lose to Blackburn, Chelsea was a difficult one to take because it was in the last minute. Zicky Nacho's been played through here. He's had a shot and it's hit the bar. Flipping heck. Come on, boys, shape up. But yeah, it's been a bit of an embarrassment the back end of this season. 25 minutes in, nothing really special about this at all. As Almada whips a ball in, Farner heads it away, and Johnson, we've got 3 men back. I might look at a few set-piece techniques to try and build on our set-piece ability, because I know we've got some strong, tall midfielders. I want to try and really expose their defences with using the physicality of our side. Souček into Gomez, back to Bissouma, back to Dolberg. Almada gives it back to Dolberg. He's got to finish there, and he does. Dolberg, the player we were offered, I think, around about 60 million for him from Roma, but he just picked up form. He'd genuinely just picked up form, and I couldn't sell him. I thought if we sell him now, and Martial doesn't find form, or Makoko doesn't find form, we've not got 4 strikers, we've only got the 3, and I do normally play a 2 up front, so it just wouldn't have worked out. At the end of this season, I think we're going to part ways with Martial. As much as he's come in and made a fantastic impact, he just hasn't been the same for a while. He's as much as I'd love to stick with him, Makoko's really found a groove in this side, as Almada has a shot from range, flipping heck. Makoto's found a groove in this side that just suits him, and then there's no real space for him outside of Dolberg to play a bit of a target man role or a complete deep line forward role. So I'd rather bring someone else in because he's getting on a bit. Martial, I think he's 28 or something now, 29. So we're seeing the back end of his career where his pace will probably be the main thing to do with him. So I want to try and sell him whilst we can, ideally outside of the Premier League. But other than that, I can't really see him keeping his his place in this side. Sven Botman, another player that I've been looking at, maybe replacing. Just because the type of player... Oh, as Kasper Dolberg has just scored a beautiful header there. Almada assisting him, getting a brace of assists. Dolberg get a brace himself. Not a fantastic sort of ending episode to see a side that was so good as Dolberg goes through on goal again. You can't get rid of this man. There's no way you can get rid of this man. Almada with a hat-trick of assists. Dolberg with a hat-trick himself. Makoko, it's either him or Makoko are playing so well at the moment. The balance between them is brilliant. I'm really enjoying it. And then Almada or Demir or Di Cataleran behind them, just sensational. So you can't argue it. So we've got a very bolstered midfield. I like Souček, I like McKennie, I like Bissouma, I like Phillips. 4 great players that you can play throughout the midfield. As MC Coco tries to curl it in the top corner, that was another vicious attempt there. Dolberg, we've got Dolberg, MC Coco up front. 2 great players. We need probably a bit more depth there. Almada, Demir, 2 great players to play that one role as Adams is through on goal. Oh, this is a great save by Johnstone. The only places I want to improve now. So we've got Lamptey and Johnson. I'm pretty happy with Lamptey and Johnson. The only problem is obviously Lamptey's height, which is a bit of an error, a bit of a shaky one, but we can play Zuma. He sort of makes up for that. But on in that left back role, Reguilon's great and all, but I want a fantastic left wing back. Really good work there. I want a really high quality left wing back, and that would be what we'd probably take this team to the next level, definitely. So I'll bring you the end of season review, just to see how it pans out, and yeah, we'll get into that right now. Here we are at the end of season review. Let's have a look at the new arrivals that we've had brought in this year. So who do we bring in? Can we do it by price? It never works for the price, does it? No, it just doesn't. I think it does it by date that came in. Anyway, transfers in. We had Yusuf Demir for 12.5 million. I don't think you can argue with how great this man's been. 20 goal contributions in 23 starts, 18 appearances off the bench. I think he's really good. Di Cataleran came in, had a bit of a shaky start, but towards the end of the season really picked up his stuff and nearly finished on a 7 rating. 33.5 million, he's really good. Replacement Vlasic good. So I think I'll be sticking with him for now, because as you can see here, the board's incredibly happy with him. He's got £110 million release clause. Demir as well, £90 million release clause would be fantastic to try and get. Douglas Santos, great player just to bring in as a left wing back role where we needed it. 30-year-old, he's just going to get shit back. Tariq Lamptey for 40 million. I think that's still a bargain. For as great as he played, near enough a 7, I was quite harsh on him towards the start of the season, but he's slowly progressing. His first touch and dribbling's got better. Physically, he's very good. As you can see, composure, concentration, the decision is pretty good, but I want his positioning to go higher. I want his marking to get a bit higher as well, but I can't see that happening. Calvin Phillips, 100 million for Calvin Phillips. He is good. His natural fitness is great. His stamina is great. His mentals are all fantastic. Very good. Technically, pretty good as well. Good at passing, good at tackling, here and there. All round a great player. I don't think he was worth 100 million, I'll be honest, but it's what you pay for. He's apparently world class, 28 years of age. I don't think I'm going to recoup that money, which is a bit of a killer, but we needed someone in that role, and he was like the only option. It was the only realistic option as well, because he's English, homegrown. It's the type of player you need. Next up, Joe Gomez. I think we had a pretty good buy here, I'm not going to lie. 27.5 million. He's English. He fits that homegrown status. He's an international footballer. He's great physically, good at long throws, can play left back, can play right back, can play centre back. I think he's just a good little signing. Sven Botman, we brought him. Now this is the difficulty with Sven Botman. On paper, this man looks very good, but in reality, his vision doesn't really play up to it. He's not aggressive enough. His bravery's not there. He's not fast. I think we might have to see him off. And he is wanted. He is wanted by AS Monaco, so it could be a pretty good, a pretty good deal to let him have a few offers, sniff about, see if anyone wants him for 70 million. Then Malang Sarr for 8.5 million. Another great buy, I think. 8.5 million for a player that's worth 25 now. His physicals are all there. He's like a baby Zuma. Mentally really good, and then physically, technically, should I say, still very good. He's just like he's not as good as Zuma, but he's like, as I say, a baby Zuma, a Zuma that's not as good. Sergio Reguilon. He's alright. He's alright. 18.75 million. I think he's a good backup. He's there, but wanted by Barcelona. Could probably try and get about 30 million for him or something. Uga can secure. So the border content with this deal. I think this is one of the better deals. I think he saved us from a lot. I mean a lot of goals being conceded. If you look at his history, can we see how many he's conceded? So with us, he played 12 games in the Prem, conceded 8. In the Cup, he conceded 4. In the Continental games, 4 starts, 5 conceded. He only conceded 17 in 18 games overall this season. I'm very happy with him. I'm incredibly happy with him. I think he's going to be at the club for another 6 years. He's going to be probably grow to be a world-class goalkeeper. He could be a bit better in the air, could be a bit taller, but I mean, I'm just nitpicking at this point. Shirt and Dur, I need to try and see if I can get him back into the side. I've got, on rotation, I've got Di Catalaire and Dur, who's still happy with being in the under-23s. I've got him on loan as an option. Demir and Almada. So I'm pretty set for that attacking midfielder role. I'm trying to train him more to be like a Carrillo, Metzala / Carrillo role, if I show you that. He suits this role pretty well. Off the ball, not brilliant. Position, not brilliant, but he suits that role pretty well still. And it's quite a physical role as well. So I might train him as that. I might even train him as a box-to-box midfielder, just to see what he can play like in that box-to-box role, because he has got the tackling ability. So he's pretty physical as well. I have to see how he develops. And then obviously down here, MC Coco. This man's been surreal. And look at, oh my God, he's improving big time. Oh my God. This man is going to be a problem. He hasn't even got a release clause. So we've got him until 2027. 8 goals in 23 games. But if you look down here, 22 goals in 29 starts, 12 appearances off the bench. He scored a lot in the Champions League. This man was a weapon, an absolute weapon. This season results. So we won the Carabao Cup. We've got a cup. That's the main objective really for this save, because it's hard being West Ham. Great Carabao Cup to get win. I'm happy with that. To get the league, I have to see whether or not we can get the league. Maybe in 3 years. I'm still going to say the FA Cup quarter-final. Nearly got there. Very nearly got there. Yusuf Demir, top goal scorer in that. The Champions League, we reached the quarter-final. I could not believe it. Look at that run. So we had Copenhagen, Barcelona, we won. AS Roma was the only defeat, really. And then we had AS Roma again. Copenhagen, we beat again. Barcelona, we beat 5-0. That's a memorable night. Makoko scoring 3 in the London Stadium against Barcelona was fantastic. Then a nice little round of 16 against Lille got us through to the quarterfinals. And Bayern Munich, that game against Bayern Munich 2-1, where we won 2-1, but we didn't go through. This game was so in our favour. So in our favour. It should have been 2-0, even 3-0. It's just a shame we couldn't finish the job. It's a royal shame, but I thought it might have been the night for Makoko to get maybe a third. That'll be a rememberable episode. And then getting the Euro Cup. Yeah, we're in the Europa League, so I'll take that. I'll definitely take that, but it's probably the expectation. They're satisfied nonetheless. We had a pretty shaky episode up here. Watford, Southampton, Wolves, Newcastle, Tottenham, Arsenal, United. Only won the game against City there in between. And then we went on a pretty impressive run. And this run here, it was the most boring run. We got beat by Arsenal, drew with City, United and Liverpool 0-0, which is an improvement. I'll be honest, it's an improvement. Especially 2 away from home games. Then Burnley we drew, Everton we lost, Blackburn we lost, then towards the end of the season we picked up the form yet again. But yeah, nonetheless, nothing really to report. Biggest win, 6-1 against Watford. Martial getting a hat-trick in that game, but in the Carabao Cup that obviously was. Match to remember, Martial scoring beating Barcelona 1-0 at the Nou Camp. That was a special one, and the goal of the season obviously was Demir, who just scores stupidly good goals. In terms of shirt sales, so MC Coco, big signing. Everyone loves him. Everyone absolutely loves him. Annual revenue's up. Phillips as well, a great signing to bring in. And then this is the side that we went with. So Dolberg played up front with Makoko. No Martial. That's the thing. Demir in behind them. getting 13 goals and 7 assists altogether. Basuma and Vlasic in the midfield. Vlasic a questionable one. The 10 assists sort of helps him, but will we see him here next season? That's the question. Souček in that CDM role, Reginald on the left, Diop and Zouma in the midfield, Lamptey on the right, and then Sam Johnstone playing in that goalkeeper role. The accolades. How many records have we broken here? So Declan Rice with a 95 million fee out. Calvin Phillips then came in for 80 million, but have we paid the full 80? Initial cost is 80 in it, so is what it is. That's pretty much that, and then history in the making. Yeah, we managed to beat City, get the Carabao Cup, and West Ham have looked class above in the first couple of months of the season. Darren Edwards. So looking alright. Going forward, it's going to be pretty interesting what we can do with the side. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, please leave a like as ever. Subscribe if you are new. And I'll catch you in the next one. From me, Alex. Have a great day. Ciao.